order. We have basically a one agenda item and a couple miscellaneous. Let the record reflect that we have everyone here. And we will just move to the discussion of the advertisement for the city clerk position. And I say that, I would assume that the applications that we had some 8 months ago now would not be relevant at this point. So everyone has a copy of the current job description and also a copy of the ad that was placed. When we were doing this some 8 months ago. Mario also gave us some, the city clerk's position of Panama City is currently being advertised. We have that along with some information that describes the job description for the city of Panama City Beach. From what I can tell, there is what we have advertised and what we have in our personnel policies seems to cover a few wordsmithing there. It's a little different for the most part. We have a salary range of 45 to 65. We can see what we're asking for in terms of as far as what goes out in the ad. Is it safe to assume from, I don't want to be the only one, but that the prior applications that we had, that we start over?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think we should.
Start over.
You know, if they
I
still
think
want
it's
it, they
been
can
far,
put the new ones
I think
in.
it's been, I do like the idea of advertising, giving a 2-week period or until filled, so that we get at those applications that come to us
Later.
early on. We have a chance, after the first 2 weeks, if we get some that we like, instead of just putting a deadline on it, saying as of this date, we're not gonna take any more. Is that the way? This is job application, resume, cover letter, city clerk. Yeah, it says open until filled, okay. All right, so we're doing it for 2 weeks, open until filled. Are we staying with the same information, or does anybody want to change anything?
Well, nothing's really changed as far as the job. So,
No, it hasn't. We can't write down really everything that. One of the things I do want to mention, and we changed it in the last advertisement, we put in there responsible for financial oversight and reporting of all grants. That is a huge responsibility moving forward, given the condition that we're in. I think it's, I don't even think it has to be said, but it will, that we can certainly expect to be audited when you're handling the kind of money that we're dealing with, FEMA money, and the programs that are out there, that we need somebody that's got that either expertise or the knowledge of keeping our records in order. And after we interview, that's something that we should try to focus on, in my opinion. Jenny has given us 30-day notice with an option to help us as far as the transition. Is there any other, if we're comfortable, other than making sure that we put your name in there to contact, not Adrian, as far as what's in there. And the sooner we get it out. And do we not say that we didn't hear, it says just submit a job application, but are we just gonna advertise it for 2 weeks? I'm not sure how that, are we just, it says position open until filled, so we just take after 2 weeks, we look at the applications. Right?
Correct. And we'll post it on the Florida League of Cities website, which
Right.
reaches all the city.
We quit the local newspaper. We found that to be,
It doesn't have far enough reach.
doesn't have to do us any good. Okay, are there any, I mean, again, we're here to decide what we want to say and what the job description, and I agree that the job description encompasses any and everything. And the ad looks okay to me as far as what we're talking about, or what we're gonna, let people know what we're doing. So, we need a motion to advertise for the job, for the record. And, I think an acknowledgement, it can just be in the record, that we acknowledge Jenny's resignation. And, wish her well. And that we get busy trying to get somebody in here that we need.
You gonna make the motion?
I make a motion to advertise for the position of city clerk and acknowledge the resignation of Jenny Meyer. Second.
We have a motion and a second. And for the record, the motion is as written here, as far as the advertising, other than changing the name. We have a motion and a second. Call the roll.
Mayor Kathy?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Pollock?
Yes.
Mr. Putnam?
Yes.
Mr. Wallace?
Yeah.
Okay, and in the meantime, as we're doing the advertising, I would like for Jenny and even Mario, even though those are totally separate positions, to look at some of the mundane things that you do and are responsible for. Minutes, just as an example. That take time from you that some others, I know we have some help in the office, but ultimately the clerk is responsible for some things that I think we could delegate to others as long as the clerk still has the responsibility of signing off on it, but not so much hands-on. Maybe this would be a good time to sort of make a short list of some things that, as we move forward, that we could slide somewhere else. Okay. We also have under miscellaneous, fire chief has a change order. Sandy, you want to present that?
Well, basically, this is in regards to the building upstairs. We hadn't included a fire break between downstairs and upstairs. Hadn't been talked about initially, but then it was raised when we put in for permit. So what needs to happen is we need to put a second sheet of 5/8 inch sheetrock here on the ceiling downstairs as a fire break between here and upstairs. We've been able to remove some of the extra sheets that we put upstairs due to a difference with the layout upstairs, which means that the actual cost of materials is lower, but obviously they've got to refinish all of this, repaint it, and so on and so forth. And by the time we did all the math, it worked out there's an extra $10,450 needed to refinish downstairs. It's still well within the amount of money that we have from the state to do upstairs. So it's a case of we're just seeking your permission to spend a little bit more of that state fund. We are on about 450,000 of the 294,000 that we have to spend. So there's still, $135,000 left in that budget. So it's well covered within the budget.
So they're gonna put a 5/8
They're
cover on this
basically
sheet.
what they've got to do is take all the lights down. They've got to change the HVAC system to ones that would close on fire, and then basically refinish it, repaint it, put it all back together again, and do it in a way that suits Public Works. They can't obviously kick Public Works out of here for a time, so they're going to do it, sort of office by office, so as to give these guys their workspace to use other than, and they'll try to do this so that we can.
That's the only option.
Unfortunately, it is. Because unfortunately, directly above us are the timber I-beams that hold up the floor above. So if we don't put a second sheet of sheetrock here, basically what will happen is the fire can get through to
And all the
to
offices?
I-beams, and all the offices as well, yeah.
Everything.
Basically everything downstairs, offices, bathrooms, communal area and so on and so
You
forth.
wouldn't think we'd need that with the fire department up there.
That has been said more than once since this came up.
What's the length of time in doing that?
We will, our plan would be is to start after your next meeting and work through the weekend and hopefully have it back up, by your next meeting. We'll try and coordinate it in that, so. And most of the costs, the sheet rock, between what we deleted upstairs and what we're adding downstairs is a wash. The main cost was we had to repaint this portion, which wasn't included. And then, and all this is from Moe, but the biggest cost is replacing all the air conditioning, vents with fire dampers.
Two wheel bears.
All right, well, if that's,
No, it's basically it's part of our permit. Although we had already started upstairs because we got a verbal go ahead, this was then brought up about 10 days ago that this was going to have to be done to allow us basically to get our to keep going upstairs. So we basically have to agree to it, unfortunately.
all right, Chair will entertain a motion for further discussion.
I make motion to approve change order number 1 in the amount of $10,450.
Second.
We have a motion second, any questions or discussion? Call the roll.
Mayor Kathy?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Pollock?
Yes.
Mr. Wallace?
Yes.
Mr. Putnam?
Yes.
I don't have any other formal miscellaneous. Has anybody got anything? Mario? Any miscellaneous? I have just a comment, and I don't know, I just want to bring it up because it's sort of circulating in town. Or at least it is to me. I've had a couple phone calls, and I've had several even about people burying things on lots. That is absolutely against the LDR. And if we as a city know that that is happening, we must contact those folks and let them know that that becomes an unbuildable lot. They bury that stuff on there, and as it rots and sinks, it's just like, I mean, you will never get a compaction on it. So, I just want to be on the record for the city that if we are aware, we have an obligation to let them know that they can't do that. So,
Mayor, I do have a couple little announcements that
Okay.
that are coming up. Again, everybody knows that we have the Gumbo Festival on the 22nd, and within that event, we have at 11 o'clock now is when we're gonna do the resiliency plan presentation. At 12 o'clock, we're gonna do the vulnerability presentation, and that will conclude the things that the city is doing as a public outreach component. But I also received a call yesterday from the Department of Economic Affairs, and they hope to do a workshop for the city on, I just need to look at the calendar and make sure that it's the right date, on the 19th, FEMA, I'm sorry, not FEMA, CDBG DR. We'll be doing a presentation, and again, all of that will be on our website, but I just wanted to make sure that there's lots of things that are going on that are public outreach, just so that everybody knows. And
Good.
that CDBG is to help determine the focus of the dollars. I know that Bay County and Panama City have already sent something over to Tallahassee, but this is Tallahassee reaching out to us to make sure that we're getting our say within that document.
Excuse me, what's a
All right.
CDBG?
Yeah, right.
Community
Community
something.
Development Block Grant, and then DR is disaster recovery.
all right. Motion for adjournment?
Wait a minute.
Oh,
You had something, you?
No.
Okay, I thought you was raising hand. So moved.
Second.
thanks for everybody coming. Thank you, sir. That's gotta be more. We can't know. We don't know what we do. We do.